and welcome to the 18th Annual EVVY Awards. I'm Lacey Coyle.
And I'm Opus Moreski, and for the next 76 hours, thank you, we'll be your hosts in honoring Emerson's best and brightest. Our theme this year is Countdown to the Millennium, because this is the last EVVY show of the 20th century.
Actually, Opus, it's not. The new millennium doesn't begin until 2001, so we've really got another year to go in the 20th century.
Lacey?
Yeah.
Programs have already been printed. Just go with it, all right?
Right. Our theme this year is Countdown to the Millennium, since this is the last EVVY show of the 20th century.
I'm sure a lot of you out there are concerned about the Y2K bug that you've been hearing about.
Oh, you mean the computer glitch that will cause computers to read the year 2000 as 1900, that some worry will plunge the world into chaos.
You're so good at exposition, Lacey.
Thanks, Opus. Well, this year, as a precursor to the EVVYs, we've decided to create a full-length presentation detailing Y2K, what it is, how it will affect you, and how you can protect yourself and your loved ones.
Now, many old mainframe computers will go down, causing panic in our financial institutions.
There's also some speculation as to older appliances you may have in your house. Televisions, VCRs, evil atomic weather control devices, and calculators.
But the media doesn't want you to know about some of the other effects of Y2K. Did you know, for example, that your cable receivers will only be able to receive reruns of Gilligan's Island? And only one episode.
Which one?
The one with the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, that's such a good episode.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, you think that now, but after watching it 20 times, I want to see you applaud.
Well, you know, that's not all that's going haywire. No, sirree. After Y2K hits, you're going to have problems with just about everything. Y2K is going to affect the chairs you're sitting on, gravity, horses, jam.
But not jelly.
Anything made out of steel, potato peelers, bubble gum, and the human ability to process color.
And household cleansers will go on the fritz as well. Did you know, for example, that 2,000 flushes will give you a measly 1,900 flushes?
Shocking.
But true.
And who you gonna call when the phone system shuts down across the United States, plunging each and every one of us into a communications blackout?
Well, how can we avoid this terror, Lacey?
I'm glad you asked, Opus. Our crack team of scientists has spent thousands of dollars coming up with a Y2K ready solution for our upcoming communications nightmare. Let's try it out.
Can you hear me? Works. Now, even with sophisticated technology like that, some things just aren't going to be able to function anymore. This show, for example, will most likely be plunged into darkness, and the EVVYs aren't going to be able to be such a grand event. So what we've done is we've had the school's most powerful computers work out the winners for the next 50 years. And here they are in chronological order. Oh, yeah. Huh. Yes.
Congratulations to you all.
Now, we'd like to give you those trophies tonight, but most of our budget has gone towards other expenditures.
A cave in rural Arkansas.
That's right, Lacey. The EVVYs has spent most of its budget on a cave in rural Arkansas so we can all hide out until millennial chaos dies down.
As soon as tonight's show is over, the crew of the EVVYs will be retiring underground to wait out the global breakdown. And, you know, we'd love to take all of you with us, but it got to be a choice between more living space and the underground racquetball courts.
And I love racquetball.
Yeah, so only the winners of tonight's EVVYs will be able to join us in our underground paradise. Sorry, folks.
Sorry, Grandma. Now, we understand a lot of you will be searching for stability and something to rely on in these trying times ahead.
Which is why we're happy to present to you our newest plan, the Bank of EVVYs.
That's right. Why trust your money to some FDIC-insured bank when you could just give it to us?
Sure, folks. Just empty out your wallets and turn over your valuables to us right now. We'll keep great care of them through the new year. We also take credit cards.
Now, I'm just going to come into the audience in just a second. You can put your jewelry and your money right in here, and we'll take good care of it. We'll sort out the particulars afterwards.
Guys?
Yeah, Travis?
You can't take the audience's money.
Oh, come on.
No.
But we were just going to take it.
No.
We'll cut you in on it.
No.
All right. Well, without making a single penny, looks like it's time to start the show.
Hey, Lacey, go try the crew.
Ooh. Hey, guys, come here a second.
Here's our first presenters. Tonight, to present the award for Best Print Reporting are Ms. Diane White and Mr. Jim Vernier. Mr. Vernier is a member of the National Society of Film Critics and is a regular contributor to the Los Angeles Times Syndicate. He is currently film critic for the Boston Herald. Ms. White is a graduate of Simmons College and has been a reporter for the Boston Globe for the past 20 years. Please welcome Ms. Diane White and Mr. Jim Vernier.
Thank you. We rely on the written media to provide us with our news on a daily basis. The challenge of writing a well-crafted feature requires the ability to focus on the informative aspect while still holding the reader's attention.
The following nominees have displayed outstanding skill in the field of print reporting. They are Jennifer Russo, who is driving our kids to school, Charlene Roduda, listening to the words of wisdom, Jill M. Anderson, the comeback. And the winner is Jennifer Russo, who is driving our kids to school.
Wow, first presenter, kind of nervous. I just want to thank my family, friends, and most of all my professors here. Don't know what to say, this is great, I'm honored, thank you.
She is the entertainment reporter for Channel 7 News and has also worked on such shows as PM Magazine, Real Life, and World of People, and was the recipient of the prestigious Massachusetts Broadcasters Award. Please welcome Miss Sarah Edwards.
Hello. I'm looking out in the audience because I'm looking for future bosses out there. We have so many people at Channel 7 who come from Emerson. One of my producers, it's true. Bill McCandless is in the audience. He's my 11 o'clock news producer. He's coming up later. Anyway, I am presenting Best Television News Reporter. And about the time Star Wars, the original Star Wars, was opening in '77, I got my first television gig in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I was trying to send tapes out to eventually get out of Las Vegas. I was tired of covering, bodies in the desert from the mafia. And got a tape back from a news director with a note that was not meant for my eyes that said, I think to his assistant, "You're right, she doesn't have any talent." So don't let the bastards get you down, so to speak. You'll have to bleep that on TV. And by the way, you still get excited doing your job because I met Yoda himself, the Great Oz, and I'm excited, so. Okay. It's not easy being a television news reporter. It's a terrific job, but it is not easy. It requires a lot of hard work, following in the footsteps of legends such as Walter Cronkite, Leslie Stahl. They didn't have any women in there, so I'm putting them in, okay? Edward R. Murrow. And you obviously have to keep a sense of objectivity and concentration and passion for your job. I would like to now present the nominees for Best TV News Reporter.
The nominees for Best TV News Reporter are Tiffany Carter, Glenn Jones, and Kelly Anderson.
Since yesterday, and today the Norton Police Department will be offering counseling to parents.
The winner for Best TV News Reporter is Glenn Jones. Congratulations.
What a perfect day, I guess. I have my family here and some of my closest friends. And today at lunch with my dad, he said, how many people get to know in their whole lifetime that they will do something that they love to do? And I don't even have medical insurance yet. And I know that I have something that I love to do, and this really just puts the icing on the cake. And I should thank people like Sandra Booker, who's been the most important person in my career so far, and the journalism instructors here, Joanne and Janet, Marsha and Jerry and Manny, and all the people at EIV that I learned so much from while going to school with. Jake Capistron and Ken Reynolds and David Harari and Mike Torello. You guys, I hope I pass you outside of these walls, because if I get to share a career with you, I get to share everything I ever wanted to be. Thank you very much.
Our next presenter has worked in the news industry in several capacities. He has done freelance work for WBZ in Boston and is currently news director for New England Cable News. He's also a self-proclaimed rip and bass player and windsurfer. Here to present the EVVY for Best News Director, Mr. Michael Leon.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Let me just correct that by clarifying that I'm not the news director, but I'm in fact a newscast director. I couldn't take that kind of responsibility. In any case, on with the prompter. The challenge of a newscast director, is to handle many diverse elements to create a flawless product. The pressure of a live newscast complicates this task even further. The students who rose to the challenge of Best News Director, Newscast Director are... Oh, I'm supposed to read this too.
For Best News Director are Gary Snoonian, The Sports Show, C.S. Forrest Gilbert, EIV News, and Michael Torello, the EIV Political Special.
Relay. Stay with us. Relay. Winner is... C.S. Forrest Gilbert for EIV News.
Oh, God. I hate being on stage. I'd like to thank my mom and my dad, my sisters, my Nana, my stepmom, Val, Mandy, everyone at EIV News, Glenn, Sandra again, Ken, my AD, Roberto, TD, Jake, Audio, Bilt, Chiron, Kelly on the floor. Thank you. Without you guys, I couldn't have done it. I'd like to thank everyone at EIV, everyone at EVVY's, all the crew and staff who put the show on. And thank you. And I'd like to dedicate this award to Bridget Murnane. Thank you.
Bill McCandless is a former EVVY winner and currently works as an executive producer for WHDH TV News in Boston. Paul Berg is the executive director of Newton Communications Access Center and director of New TV. Please welcome Mr. Bill McCandless and Mr. Paul Berg.
Job spans an enormous spectrum, from assigning reporters, somewhat more difficult than others, deciding what stories are newsworthy, and weeding through tape to determine what makes the final cut for a newscast itself.
Tonight's nominees are...
Glenn Jones, EIV Thanksgiving Special, Dan McDuffie, EBJ News Center 9, and Sandra Booker, EIV Political Special.
And the winner is Sandra Booker and Glenn Jones for EIV Political Special.
thank you very much. Again, everyone from EIV, Pete Schiavone, Mike Torello, this wouldn't be possible without you. Audra, I know you didn't work on this particular project, but I love you. You're the best. Just everyone, my family that's here from DC and everywhere, I love all of you, and whoever I didn't name, I love you all. Thank you, and especially Glenn, my pal.
I just wanted to give a quick thank to Courtney Lewis and her judging staff, because I forgot to do that last time. And also to say, you know, before Booker and I took the jobs that we had this past year at EIV, there were people who told us that the product that EIV put out was not a professional product, and we didn't get out there and cover the stories that matter because we dealt with our audience and we dealt with college news. Well, I hope this keeps those people quiet for a little while. Thank you very much.
To start out the theater category for tonight's show is Best Costume Design. Tonight's presenter is no stranger to the Boston theater scene as the costume technician for the Huntington Theater Company. Her work has also included freelance projects for the Santa Fe Opera, Disney, and Emerson College. Please welcome Ms. Anita Kanzian.
Costume designers often go unappreciated to the average audience member.